Oh my days. 14 years I've waited for that moment. 14 years. The last time Everton beat Liverpool at Goodison Park and I witnessed it with my very own eyes, I didn't even know what a pube was, mate. 14 years I've waited for that moment, and what a moment it was. I am honestly lost for words. The game finished about an hour ago. I've been driving home. It's taken me that long to get back home. Dancing and singing and shouting in the car with everybody else. And that's really what it's all about, isn't it? You know, we've been through the absolute ringer over the last 3 years as Evertonians. It's been absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific. And there was times this season where it felt like it was coming to the end for this football club, and we were all just staring down the barrel of impending doom. But it's nights like tonight that remind you why we go every week, why we pick ourselves up, why we get our coat on, why we leave the house, and why we continue, and we continue. We don't get them nights very often. We don't get them very often whatsoever, but when we get them, fuck me, they are good. What a performance by every single player in an Everton shirt today. These players have had some stick this season, and rightly so, for their performances, as have the manager. But today, every single one of them, to a man, put a shift in, worked hard. And I had a feeling before the game, I thought to myself before the game, if we get at these and if we don't let them play their nice football and we frustrate them and we get in their face and we make it a horrible, nasty atmosphere, we can get something out of this game. I didn't think we'd win that comfortably, I'll be honest, but I'll take it all day long. Yeah, absolutely over the moon, and it was a perfect ending, wasn't it? Everton now likely safe, hopefully, maybe one more win away from safety in the Premier League, and Jurgen Klopp leaves Merseyside on the back of an absolutely embarrassing defeat, which is exactly what we all would have wanted when he announced he was getting off a few months ago. Listen, I feel it would be remiss of me to sit here and not mention the manager. He's made a couple of changes of late. Most notably, his tracksuit has come out for the second game on the spin. He mentioned it being a small change and something that just alters the mentality a little bit. And do you know what? It worked. It worked on Sunday, and it's worked again today. I was a little bit worried going into today because I didn't think we were great on Sunday. I just thought Nottingham Forest were really, really poor. And don't get me wrong, I thought Liverpool were really poor tonight, but we were absolutely fantastic. Everybody to a man. Jack Harrison, Dwight McNeil, they didn't stop working all night long for 90 minutes, all night long, like Lionel Richie, mate. They didn't stop working. Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front. Unbelievable performance. Absolutely unbelievable performance. Adesanya Gay in the midfield. Give that fella a new contract. Give him what he wants. I don't care what he wants. Give him a new contract. Jordan Pickford in goal. He wasn't required many a time, but when he was, he pulled out some really big saves. Jared Brandtwaite, by the way. Jared Brandtwaite, oh my days. I had Liverpool fans telling me that Kwanzaa was better than Jared Brandtwaite 2 weeks ago, and I nearly fell off the couch in laughter. And tonight has just absolutely proved my point. That kid is generational. Absolutely generational. I want to give a special mention to Ben Godfrey and Ashley Young as well. Two players that I think it's fair to say there was a lot of nervousness around today. You know, especially Ben when we saw him in the starting 11, and then Ashley Young having to come on at half-time for Mikalenko. It could have gone a very different way, but the pair of them were absolutely fantastic. Ashley Young didn't put a foot wrong. Didn't put a foot wrong for 45 minutes against apparently one of the best wingers in the world. Ben Godfrey as well. Again, positional wise, caught a couple of times, but made an unbelievable block at 0-0. If that had gone in, pardon me, who knows where we'd have gone. But I remember the feeling I had when we beat them in lockdown, and as joyous as it was and as exciting as it was and as happy as it was, it just felt something was missing because we couldn't go out, we couldn't celebrate, we couldn't see our friends, we couldn't get that feeling of being in the ground when the final whistle goes. The away end's emptied out. I mean, they shouldn't have bothered turning up anyway. I didn't hear a peep out of them all night. The away end is emptied out, and we're standing there victorious. Like I said, 14 years it's been since we last beat them at Goodison Park. It's been 14 years since we last beat them in front of a crowd. And I did not think it would be this team at this stage of the season to turn up and do it. But fair play to every single one of them. They dug deep, they worked hard, they battled, and that includes the manager. I've given the manager some stick recently. Everybody knows my feelings on the manager, but you know what? He's done something that not many Everton managers have managed to do in recent years. Only Carlo Ancelotti, post David Moyes, has managed to beat Liverpool Football Club, and Sean Dyche, fair play to him, he's done it. And not only did we beat Liverpool, we absolutely outclassed them in every department. We were the much better team in every single department, and we were fully deserving of the win. Now, when you think about a team that, 4 or 5 weeks ago couldn't buy a win and was looking down the battle of relegation, and you look at where they were 4 or 5 weeks ago, winning every week, challenging for every competition. Wow, what a special, special night. The 24th of April, the same day, we beat Bayern Munich 3-1 in the European Cup Winners' Cup semi-final to get to the final. The same day, all them years later, we've given Jurgen Klopp the best goodbye we could have ever given him. And I absolutely fucking love this football club. I wish I could sit here and talk for an hour and a half, for 2 hours. But as you can tell, I am laryngitis incoming. My voice, it got off at half time, to be honest with you. It got off at half time. But yeah, unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I don't think many of us thought that would happen tonight. I don't think many of us thought that would happen. Very much a fairy tale performance and a fairy tale result, and I think it pretty much puts us safe. Maybe one more win, but we've got enough winnable games to come that I think we should be fine. And the added bonus is, for the second time in recent history, them lot have thrown the league at Goodison Park, which is always lovely to see. Listen, I'm going to go before my voice fully gets off, and I've got a wedding at the weekend, and I don't want to not be able to speak, so enjoy the rest of your night. I'll do another video tomorrow, because Everton have just beaten Liverpool at Goodison for the first time in 14 years. I've just sang F off to Norway, the city's all ours, for the first time in 15 years. I'm doing a video tomorrow, don't worry. But I'm going to go and rest my voice. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new as well. Up the fucking toffees. Get in. See you after.